everybody? Welcome to another episode of the College Football Tailgate. As always, it's me, XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only Chase, Lupine Fiasco Sessions, and Erik, a.k.a. Uncle Rico. What is up, dudes?
What up?
Feeling good. I'm feeling real good. So we got a good slate of college football today. I'm going to crack open my high life, and we're going to get to work, boys. Anything before we get to picks? Chase already put up fucking Memphis.
I was actually on the right side of that one, though. I had Tulane minus 5.5 there. So that was the only thing that went right for me last night, though.
All I did was, for last night's stuff, was a couple prize picks. Didn't do any, actual bet. Actually, no, I bet Fresno. I bet Fresno minus 4.
I had Stanford plus 12. Nice. And Memphis plus 5 in the money line, which sucked.
I hit Tulane. I missed Fresno minus 5.5. Damn hook. And, it's not good for unders is overtime games.
Yeah.
That kind of got blown out of the water. So
I really wish they'd do it where it was just
regular.
You know what I mean? Once the game is over, overtime doesn't count.
Yeah.
So like a halftime or like a full time three-way betting sort of thing like soccer has is what you're saying.
Like NHL has that too.
And then I could bet the draw, which would be dope.
You could.
Yeah.
Bobby Thomas saying Michigan State going to lose by 20 today.
Probably.
If they lose by 20 to Rutgers, that would be objectively hilarious.
Hey, hold on, because that's actually one of my plays today is going to be in this game. But I'll have you know that the Rutgers is 5-0-1 against the spread this year.
They're one of the best teams against the spread. I've been very much paying attention to the Scarlet Knights. Let's get into some picks, boys. Game 1, Kent State, Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan minus 8, over under 39.5, plus 270 on the money line. Anybody? Anything?
Nope.
No.
I got something in this one later for the boys that Erik will not like.
That's guaranteed.
I hate it already.
Erik, it's a way smaller one than I've been doing, so at least I'm getting better in that regard. Syracuse, Florida State, FSU minus 19 at home, over under 53, plus 790 on the money line for the Orange.
I am debating really hard. I might even add I am going to add this one. Now that I'm looking, I'm going to go with the Syracuse plus 18.5. I think that they bounce back after 2 games. And plus Florida State seems to keep teams close. They seem to be the anti-Rutgers with spreads a little bit, right?
A little bit, but I'm holding off. I'm just worried. These last 2 games have gotten me a little worried that Syracuse is the same team as they were last year.
I mean, They gave up a 4th down run on 4th and 15 to North Carolina's punter off a block kick.
No Wilson for FSU. Shout out Bobby Thomas coming in with that. And then I hate the Lakers.
I think it's worth a shot.
Michigan State under 4.5 is the easiest future of the year.
Yeah. I'm on it too. So
I love it, Chase. I'm gonna be rooting for Syracuse, but I can't. I don't.
Yeah.
They broke my heart. Indiana, Michigan minus 33, over under 46. I debated whether or not to take Michigan here because now they're covering these big spreads against these dog shit teams that they're playing, but I'm staying away.
No look at spot for Michigan with Michigan State on deck.
I'm not going to take any. I'm not going to take any Michigan spreads. Any big. I think they overreacted. They did overreact to how bad they put it on Minnesota last week. But I don't want to mess with any Michigan playing Big Ten West teams with big spreads because I think they'll cover against those teams, and then whenever they start playing against the East with huge spreads, that's when they stop covering. Is kind of what I think is going to happen.
I could very much believe that. Otherwise, I got nothing in this one too. Michigan State, Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights are laying 4.5 at home, over under 39.5, plus 170 on the money line for the Spartans. Anybody? Chase.
Give me Rutgers minus the 3.5, man. Like I said, 5-0-1 against the spread. This is a potent Rutgers football team. I've watched them play. They passed the eye test. And Michigan State, they probably have a look ahead spot for Michigan because they're planning some sort of like active gang violence.
For the last game, Sports Facts is taking Indiana and the points, just so everyone is aware.
I think that's the way to go because once again, do you want to be the guy who goes down swinging with a Michigan
minus 33?
Yeah, for chalk for minus 115 or something.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I have a trend for the top 5. I'll see you later. A little teaser right there.
Ooh. Chase, I might be getting on Rutgers. 4.5 just seems like a wonky number to me. I'm still rattling around in my head for it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Iowa State, Cincinnati laying 5 over under of 42 plus 170 on the money line for the Cyclones of Iowa State. I got something in this one.
Nothing.
I got a desire not to mess with any Iowa State games. Like
I'm messing with it. I'm messing with it.
He's messing with it.
Give me Iowa State plus the 5. I got 5.5, and I even sprinkled a little bit on that Cyclone money line.
Jones for Cincinnati's bad. He is really bad, and
Yeah.
trusting him by winning by that margin. By margin, I'm not about.
Damn it. I was going to say winning by margin with the Rutgers game because I wanted to be the first person to say it on today's episode, and I completely forgot.
Georgia Southern, James Madison, JMU minus 5.5 at home, over under 59.5 plus 180 on the money line for Georgia Southern. Chase.
Give me Georgia Southern plus the 5.5. I'm also on the money line plus 190. I think these two teams are way too evenly matched. For one, for that number, and two, for the odds on the money line to be that high. I think Georgia Southern's a really good team. JMU's excellent too. I don't know. I think maybe it's a letdown spot for JMU, and Georgia Southern pulls it off as the dog on the road.
Okay,
Yeah,
Chase. That's
also
Go ahead, Erik.
Big Sunbelt clash next week with Marshall and JMU playing middle of the week on a short week too. A little bit of a look at spot for James Madison.
That's all the convincing I needed. I've been trying to get this one in my books the entire week. Give me Georgia Southern plus 5.5, baby. Ohio State, Purdue. Ohio State laying 17.5 on the road, over under a 53 plus 660 on the money line for the Boilermakers. Chase.
Let's let Uncle Rico go first. Uncle Rico.
Oh, Uncle Rico. I didn't see that one. My bad.
Look at that spot for Ohio State with Penn State on deck. McCord and Ohio State's offense just has not looked right. How can you trust them laying this big of a number? Going to be windy there, over 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, which is going to limit Ohio State's offense even more. And we've seen it this year. These new clock rules are making it harder for these schools to cover any number that's over 2 touchdowns. Top 5 teams this year laying 14 points or more are only 37% against the number. I trust Core to be able to step up, make some throws, not turn the ball over. Ohio State's going to be without their best wide receiver as well. I just think this is too many points. I think Ohio State will get up and they'll just kind of coast to victory, try to keep everyone healthy for that game against Penn State next week. I'll take Purdue plus the 19.5.
Okay. 19.5 is where you got it. Look at that boy.
Where is that right now?
17.5.
Jesus, dude. Jeez.
Yeah.
Early bird gets the worm, dude.
Would you still take it at 17.5?
I'd still take it over 17.
Okay.
I'm actually on the opposite side here. I went Ohio State minus 18.5. I'm not really concerned with Ohio State's offense in this sort of like windy environment. I'm much more concerned about Purdue's offense. For one, Hudson Card throws a ton of interceptions. I could see that number maybe skyrocketing in the wind today. And if they do have to rely on the run game just because it's so gusty that they can't really get anything done through the air, then I still probably lean towards Ohio State to do it. I think that they absolutely want this Purdue team. Like I thought maybe I'd be cute and like them, a little bit this season, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It got burned a couple times, so I'm done there. I think Ohio State is kind of starting to click, and they're going to start covering some of these big numbers.
I kind of agree with Chase on the Purdue offensive capability standpoint, but I'm just going to stick around and play the under 53. I don't expect a ton of points, even if Ohio State does go up big. I just don't see it. I feel like either way that they go, they're coasting, and either they cover tightly, barely, and maybe win by like 20, or it's a closest cover, but they're still coasting somehow and win by like 17.
I mean, I think you got a good number too, because it just ticked down a half point to 52.5 here. So,
and they'll win too.
Yeah. There we go. This is another one that I've been trying to rattle around all week and haven't come to a conclusion if I want to bet it or not. Arkansas, Alabama. Alabama laying 19.5 over under 45 plus 870 on the money line for the Razorbacks. Chase.
Yeah, Arkansas plus 19.5.
Right? It just seems like way too many points.
Yeah, it does. I'm not near as hyped up on this Arkansas team as I was to begin the season, go figure. But I do think that they're definitely going to be up for this game. They've got to figure out some stuff to protect KJ, but I don't know. I think they're kind of starting to figure it out. I think you might see a little bit of a late season rebound. This was the spot. I felt like they finally seemed like they were ready for Alabama. So I think they'll go in there. They won't look scared, and they might not win, but they'll cover 19.5.
I agree with that. Bobby Thomas is calling Penn State big over Ohio State next week.
Would love to see it.
I would also
love to see it.
I agree with that too. But
do you have anything on the Arkansas Alabama, Eric?
I would lean toward Arkansas, but I think they kind of figured something out with their offensive line. Their offensive line looked a little bit better last week.
They mixed up the lineup, moved positions around, and then at halftime they went back to the original.
Jefferson just looked a little bit more alive. Sanders is starting to get a little bit more spring in his step, but
they're letting KJ run more. I think this is what they need to do. Like I don't know why they don't run the fucking wishbone, Eric. Eric, why don't they run the wishbone?
Why don't more people run the wishbone?
Danny knows.
Yeah. We need a all wishbone conference of football. That would be I would love it. We'll watch the shit out of it.
I'd watch nothing else. Temple, North Texas, the matchup of the day, everybody. North Texas minus 5.5 over under 69 plus 200 on the money line for the Owls.
I wanted to get there. With Temple, but I couldn't do it.
What was your number? Was it a touchdown?
It was like 6.5 all week. I thought I just couldn't do it.
I'm gonna leave that up there for a little bit.
At this point, I don't know. Like, does he suck or is our offensive line that bad? No, he sucks because he's not doing anything to hide the fact that he's a terrible offensive line.
He sucks. He's awful.
He sucks. Yeah.
Georgia, Vanderbilt. Georgia minus 33 over under 55. No money line posted for this one over at BetOnline.
It's just one of those things. Like, we see the trend of these top teams not covering these big numbers. You got to lean Vanderbilt, but with how bad they've looked, can you really trust them?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I'm staying away.
It's becoming a catchphrase for me. You don't want to be that guy with that ticket in your pocket.
Navy. Sure. Oh, let's make some money said. Took Vandy first half.
I like that.
So first half, Vanderbilt would be 18.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Maybe I'll jump on that. As from now, not yet. Navy, Charlotte. Navy laying 3 at the clit. Over under 44.5 plus 135 on the money line for Charlotte. Chase.
Biff Poggi will not take your disrespect, even if it is coming from the naval wing of your military. Give me the clit. Give me Charlotte on the money line plus 135 to get it done against Navy. You better ask how Biff Poggi's day was.
You better. It probably wasn't very good.
Probably not great.
Toledo, Ball State. Toledo laying 17 on the road, over under 47.5 plus 580 on the money line for Ball State. No, not touching it.
Nah.
Again, I'll reiterate, if this was like on a Tuesday night in November, I'd be all over Ball State at this number.
If this was a November 5th Tuesday game on a Tuesday night on ESPNU, yes.
Sports Facts calling Toledo big.
Yeah, probably.
Probably in this case, Toledo actually looks really damn good.
I still can't believe they lost to Illinois.
It
bad.
ruined the season.
Oh,
Cal, Utah. Utah laying 10, over under 43.5, plus 320 on the money line for the Bears. Does this line signal that Cam Rising is finally back?
Rumors.
I've heard.
Rumors.
I've
are
literally
swirling.
heard that Cam Rising is
Every
playing
week.
every single week this
But
year.
he went on a
that.
radio show.
I'm done with that
and
fucking game.
He said that, look, he tore basically everything in his knee, meniscus, the whole 9 yards. So the knee injury is a lot more severe than what Utah and the coaches were letting on. I think he comes back. I think Utah boat races him.
That's my worry. Like, I wanted to be on Cal here, and if he doesn't play, this line is ridiculous to me for a Utah team that hasn't been covering these kinds of spreads. But if he's playing, I think they're going to go all out and just really try and dominate Cal. I'm torn. I might come back to it just because I love taking Wilcox in the number this big, but for now I'm staying away.
Wilcox is a stud at covering these excuse my language, covering these dog numbers too.
I know. I might come back to that. Illinois, Maryland laying 13.5, over under 51.5, plus 420 on the money line for Illinois.
Is this a double reverse Burtoning and you get a big Illinois winner on the money line?
I mean,
I'm sprinkling, dude. I'm sprinkling.
You know what, Chase? I'll sprinkle.
I am sprinkling.
Look, Wilcox, 26, 13, and 1. 66.7% ATS as a dog. Pretty good.
Also, the line just ticked down. I saw. Oh, it ticked back up. Its line movement's crazy. It ticked down to 9.5, and now it's up to 10.5.
What are you talking about?
The Cal Utah line.
So Illinois they haven't freaking covered a game yet, have they?
Have they?
They haven't what?
I don't think they've covered a game this year yet. Toledo, they didn't cover. Kansas, no. Penn State, no.
No, just let it be known. I am sprinkling a little over a half unit on Illinois plus 400 on the money line. This is reverse Burtoning spot. This is exactly the kind of game that Burt Bielema will win.
Yeah,
Illinois make you think that you have a chance down the stretch, and here's the deal, you don't.
The two worst teams against the spread: Illinois 0-6, Vanderbilt at 0-7.
So they're due.
You know what?
That's what I'm telling you.
They're due, man.
Oh, 2 of the top 5 are in the Big Ten. Rutgers and Penn State. I didn't realize Penn State was like 5-0 against the spread too.
Hey, teams that are road dogs that have lost 6 straight ATS, 55% ATS.
Oh.
I don't want the spread. I'm coming for the whole damn thing.
I sprinkled 2, Chase. I
The
sprinkled
whole
2.
thing. All of it.
Texas A&M, Tennessee -3 at home, over under 54.5, plus 135 on the money line.
Do we think? Oh Jesus, dude! When it's their 7th game, they're 64% ATS. Son of a bitch! Am I gonna have to fucking bet Illinois?
I might have to really get
fucking
on Illinois.
God fucking damn it! I'm betting Illinois.
You're welcome for that, Eric.
Yeah.
God damn it! All right. Is Tennessee looking ahead, you think, to Alabama next week? Flip side of that, do we think Texas A&M is well coached enough with their season basically over now that they're not going to make the SEC championship game to regroup after that loss?
No,
but I still bet them. I still bet A&M plus the 3.5, and I bet a money line. I don't know if I don't trust this Tennessee team. I don't trust it.
So next time you say no, I need a cigarette in your mouth. I need to blow it, suck it in, blow it out, the smoke, and then say no.
I'm gonna have to go outside to do that because if I get caught smoking inside, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Also, if you could cross and uncross your legs seductively while you do it, just full
that I could do.
Are you wearing a bathrobe right now, or is that a Megan?
No, this is Eric. This is a 6XL Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
And look, he's showing off a little stern bush too. Don't get
I'm nothing. I'm like 80% bush. I am like 80% Bush.
Sternbush. I had never heard Sternbush before. That is fantastic. That is great.
You've never heard that term, Sternbush?
No, I got it now though. I get it. It's like a boat. It's like the front of a boat.
Hell yeah, it is.
So it's like up here. Yeah.
Florida.
Good stuff, guys.
Wait, sorry, I skipped one. Anyone got anything else on A&M and Tennessee?
No.
Get away from that game. Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech -1 at home. Over under 48.5 plus 103 on the money line for Wake.
I'm not playing it, but you have to fire Wake Forest on the money line if they're giving you plus money here.
It's what I did. I don't care how bad Wake has looked. They're not worse than this Virginia Tech team. They can't be. Dave Clawson is easily the better coach.
Well, they are begging you to do it, so I guess it's a little bit fishy. I think you still do it, though.
I can't. Yeah, I had to. You guys know my love for Wake. I had to take him here.
Yeah. No, they're begging you. They are begging you to take Wake at this point.
Florida, South Carolina. The Gamecocks are laying 2 at home. Over under of 50 plus 109 on the money line for the Gators.
Sometimes you just don't have to outthink the room. You fade Grant here on the road. Graham Mertz on the road. I mean, I take South Carolina. Obviously, I didn't do it, but if I were to bet, that's what I would do.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. Didn't take this one. If I did go anyway, it would be towards the Gamecocks. Spencer Rattler actually having a pretty decent season. Massachusetts, UMass, Penn State. Penn State laying 40.5 at home, over under of 55. That number's probably going up too.
So I can see it being a 38-point game, and then James Franklin is running hurry up to cover the spread.
No, I mean, I think the deal was in that game, West Virginia did that play that Kansas City does where they spin around in circles and all do butt stuff and giggle, and it got it pissed him off, and that's why he went for the cover. Like, I'm not sure if he does that every time. He's still a hero in my heart for that move, though.
Troy, Army. Troy -6 on the road, over under 42.5 plus 185 on the money line. I wanted to take Army.
Fuck Army.
I know. That's what kept me away.
Whoa.
I don't want to make it sound like I don't support the troops. Like, if you're a troop out there listening, I can support you, but fuck Army right now, especially after last week.
Last week was brutal. So, yeah I'm staying away.
Hey, man, just be careful what you said. I said fuck Deshaun Watson on my podcast yesterday, and I got a lot of hate in my DM.
Oh, he showed up in a bathrobe at your house.
Speaking of NFL, though, and the Browns, I did lay a sizable bet on the Browns this weekend. So,
look, you know what? I was told by my guy that Watson was cleared to play. He's passed every test, but he's electing not to play because he doesn't feel ready.
Good. PJ Walker, born winner. XFL legend. That's all I need. Florida Atlantic, South Florida, USF -2.5 at home. Over, under 61 plus 120 on the money line for FAU. Chase.
I don't have a play, but since I'm the guy who watches the swaggy uniform report on ESPN/Game Day before we start every morning, I will say South Florida is rocking the helmets with the original Robo Bowl logo today. So I think South Florida -2.5 is a no-brainer.
Yeah, probably.
I can't believe I'm betting fucking Illinois right now.
Yeah, you can blame me for this. You know it's the spot.
Good job, Chase. Bowling Green, Buffalo. Buffalo laying 3.5 at home. Over under 44 plus 155 on the money line for Bowling Green.
This is a gutter ball of a game.
Yeah,
hey!
I got nothing.
Yeah, same here.
I was looking for a sound effect for that, but I didn't find it. Akron, Central Michigan. CMU laying 10 at home. Over under 43.5 plus 335 on the money line for the Zips. After last week where I got absolutely murdered on the Akron NIU game, the Zips are dead to me.
Look, I mean their season. All of us have. They're over with their quarterback being out with the ACL. Season's off the cliff now. So nothing.
Obviously, we'll be rooting for Central Michigan in heart.
Yeah.
Miami of Ohio, Western Michigan, Miami laying 8.5 on the road, over under 45, plus 265 on the money line for Western Michigan.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing here either. Nothing for you, Chase. Obviously, we're rooting for Western Michigan.
Yeah, obvious, but nope.
Maybe the game of the day, Oregon at Washington. Washington laying 3 at home, over under 66, plus 131 on the money line for the Ducks.
I have something.
Give it to me, Eric. Give
Look,
it
I
to me.
know most people are going to look at this like Penix versus Bo Nix on the road, but the matchup that really stands out to me, the two of them are Oregon. I just feel has a bigger advantage in the trenches. I think their offensive line is superior to Washington's defensive line. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think this is going to take pressure off Bo Nix. The issue with the Oregon defense is their back four, but with how good the front four is of Oregon, I think they're going to be able to get to Penix, not have him be able to take advantage of the issues that Oregon has in the back four. I took Oregon here plus a 3. I think they're going to be able to control the trenches and move the ball running it and take pressure off Bo Nix.
Go for it, Chase.
I'm just going to put together a same game parlay here. I think Washington is better, and I think they score a fuck ton of points. So I'm going to take an alternate line, Washington minus 5.5, and then I'm going to go over 69.5. So I can do same game parlay there plus 375.
I'm going to do a bet with my heart just because I want it to happen. I know this rarely works, but I want it to happen. Give me the over 66 in this game.
There he is. You knew you'd darken our doorstep at some point.
Hey,
talking about
tether
these
TV,
Sooners.
baby.
I'm still bitter about that game.
I bet you are.
What was that? 4 turnovers, and he stopped at the inch. More yards per play. More yards.
Missed field goals.
Losing that future, it was just a kick in the balls, man, because Texas should have won that game. But that was last week.
BYU, TCU minus 4.5 at home, over under 52, plus 172 on the money line for the BYU Cougars. Anybody?
Didn't you just want to take a BYU in this game? I did. I didn't, but I did want to take them.
I also wanted to take them, and I did take them. You know I can't, Chase. You know how I am with BYU.
I know you
got
love BYU.
plus the 5. I took them right up on the money line.
Ooh.
Give me the Cougars. Give me BYU.
Ooh.
Spring.
All day.
You know what I just realized? Zach Wilson played for BYU. Who should have won? Did win?
That's about Red River last week.
Yeah.
All right, whatever that guy says.
He's a new burgeoning fan, and we will show Tether TV respect.
Damn right. So you were saying Zach Wilson played at BYU.
And they're the Cougars, and he's the MILF hunter.
It's true. It works out. That's probably why he went there.
Yeah.
He's got a face that only a stepmother could love.
Kansas, Oklahoma State, the Jayhawks minus 3 on the road, over under 54, plus 125 on the money line for Oklahoma State. Chase. It's still Bean.
Yep.
Listen, I say Oklahoma State on the money line. Going for it. Firing. Firing.
I like it.
Spread's too close. Plus money. They looked improved against Kansas State. Kansas State, not the same Kansas State as last year, but they handled Kansas State. They almost let them back into it later. They're doing things with the run game a little bit in Stillwater. So give me the Oklahoma State to win this one. And actually, I think this could be a little bit closer scoring, or lower scoring, because both these teams can run the fucking ball. So I think it's a low scoring, running kind of Big 12 game that we all expect to see all the time. You know how Big 12 be running.
I kind of agree with you on the lower scoring thing. I cannot bring myself to fade Bean. He's become I love him.
He can spin the bean.
He's my guy. Bean is my guy. I can't quit him. Eric knows.
God, when we were on that stream last year, you said
Eric, last week when they were doing it, I was shouting it too.
Yeah.
Every single time he went to drop back.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's how he does. That's how he do. It doesn't change in person either. It's
that how he do.
That is how he do. It is not a bit either. That's just Joe.
That how
This
he
is
do.
who I am. Ohio, Northern Illinois. Ohio minus 5.5 on the road, over under 44.5, plus 180 on the money line for Northern Illinois. Chase.
Once again, not a play, but a swag alert that Northern Illinois is putting the Husky on their helmet for the first time in
fuck.
quite some time. So once again, it's a natural NIU on the money line, plus 180 on the helmet swag angle.
Fuck,
get low with it, get loose with it. If you're skinny girl, let Bruce hit it.
Actually, Chase, what was the other? It was USF, right?
USF on the Robo Bowl. Yeah.
Let me do this real quick.
I love that they call that Robo Bowl, by the way.
A parlay of I'm just going to do both straight up of USF and Northern. Is there any other swag teams for this week?
Rhode Island.
Oh, can't get them in there. At least not on this one.
No FBS.
No FCS
FCS
right now. I might include them in a later date, but right now I did just take a South Florida and Northern Illinois parlay.
You should throw in Illinois and just on the money line and just blow this thing out of the water.
Well,
really
no,
put Tiger Bomb on its nuts.
It was a swag parlay.
That's right. That's
Straight
right.
swag.
Iowa, Wisconsin minus 9 at home, over under 33.5, plus 280 on the money line for the Hawkeyes.
But God, that's the Undertaker's music.
But
Yeah.
no, that's
Yeah,
so
under 34.5. Please and thank you.
Oh my God.
This game might 17 points. 17. There might be only 17 points in this game.
With how that works out, how could I not take? I got Iowa plus 10. Okay, I took Iowa. I took a plus 10. Didn't take any money line. I think their defense is good enough to keep them in games and keep them very competitive with literally every team in the Big Ten West. I don't trust any offense in the Big Ten West to do much against this Iowa defense.
Yeah, this is. Ask me in a couple weeks, how low of a score I'm willing to accept for a Wisconsin under, and it will be 6 points.
You mean Iowa?
Iowa. It'll 6 points. I'm comfortable with any under up till 6 points.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, that's only 4 safeties.
That's only 4. You mean 4 Iowa Rouges?
Yeah, baby. UNLV, Nevada. UNLV minus 7.5 on the road. Over under 52.5, plus 235 on the money line for the Wolfpack of Nevada. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. San Jose State, New Mexico. Another Mountain West matchup. San Jose State minus 7 on the road. Over under 56, plus 235 on the money line for New Mexico. Another no thank you from me.
Why does it feel like the wrong team is favored?
I don't know. See, New Mexico State, I think, is better. I don't know if I like this New Mexico team at all.
Okay. I'm out on that then.
Louisville versus Pitt. Louisville minus 7 on the road, over under 45, plus 235 on the money line. I have something in this one. Does anyone else?
You got Pitt the points on the letdown spot, eh?
Actually, I'll let Erik go first. I did not take the points.
Ooh.
I am fading Louisville here after their win against Notre Dame with the bye on deck. Let's look back at Louisville's schedule. Where is the big, impressive win? When they beat Georgia Tech in week 1, when Georgia Tech was installing a new offense. 7-point win over Indiana, and Indiana has fired all their DCs. Their 3-point win over NC State, where now Brendan Armstrong is benched. They just haven't looked that impressive to me. They got Notre Dame in the spot of spots. If Notre Dame had any athleticism at the wide receiver position with the defense Louisville is playing, Notre Dame could have won that game. Pitt starting the new quarterback, no real film on him. We don't know what we're going to see. I think the offense is going to be a little bit more explosive. And I really think Pitt's defensive line is going to be able to get to Plummer, who isn't the most nimble in the pocket. I took Pitt plus 8, and I got him at plus 255 to straight up win.
Yeah, I just took him straight up at plus 255. This is like the Pitt spot. I don't want to overthink it. This is just the Pitt spot, especially with Narduzzi. It's been money. Wisconsin's been bad this year. Thought they would be better. I did not. I thought they'd be good, decent, but I don't trust it. I'm just jaded now against the entire division of the Big Ten West. That's no good teams come out of that division. There's 0 good teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a division of garbage. Marshall, Georgia State. Georgia State -1 at home, over under 53.5, -104 on the money line for Marshall.
I have a play.
Erik.
I got Georgia State when it was basically a pick 'em. Look, just a big situational fade spot for Marshall. Marshall's coming off an emotional game against NC State last week where they lost by 7, and then they have JMU, and I believe that game's like in the middle of the week too. That's a Thursday game, so that's a short week.
Yeah.
Samuel spot going to Georgia State. Marshall's defense has been bad this year compared to last year's standard. They really do struggle defending the run. That's what Georgia State's going to look to do. They're going to look to run the ball, and when you play a team that runs the ball, the defense needs to be a good tackling team. Marshall ranks 118th in the country in open tackle rate. What does that mean? They suck at tackling. I think Georgia State's going to be able to move the ball. I think they're going to be able to figure out some stuff coming off the bye after that loss to Troy. I took Georgia State -115.
I'm staying away from this one. I agree with Uncle Rico on all his points, but I am just staying away.
I think you're still bitter from last year. I think you need to put last year.
I very much am. Erik, I'm sorry, but it's hard for me not to hold grudges. Like I hold grudges and I stay on the teams too long. That's why I'm still on this BYU team. I play with my gut and my heart. Wyoming. I don't care. Wyoming at Air Force. Air Force -11 at home. Over under 41.5, +330 on the money line for the Cowboys. Chase.
I'm going to do another little same game parlay here. Give me Wyoming +11.5, and then I'm taking the under 41.5 here.
Like this line actually shocked me.
Yeah.
I hate the Lakers. Shout out. Yeah.
He's right.
Game of the day. Game of the day.
This is probably the best football game of the day.
Game
hands
of the
down.
day. Erik,
Hands
anything
down.
in this game?
Nope. I got nothing in this game. Obviously, how many possessions are going to be in this game? Like, how many times is a team going to, 7 per, 8 per, with how these teams like to play? I'm high on this Wyoming team. I got them to win the Mountain West. Have them. What was their win total? 5.5, 6.5.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a little bit worried because second half against Wyoming didn't score any points. We saw it when they played Texas. Scored 3 points in the second half. They tend to stall out a little bit. I'm not doing anything. They got, I'm just staying away. I got my win last week with them. I'm just gonna stay away.
You know what, Chase? I'm in. I'm back in our Wyoming Cowboys +11, and I'm taking the under 41.5.
So here's
doing it.
Here's the thing. If the winner of this game runs the table and wins the Mountain West, are they the group of 5 team in a New Year's Day 6 Bowl?
I think 100% they are.
So
if they run the table, because they
if Air Force wins and runs the table, then yes,
they're undefeated.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If Wyoming does, maybe not, because they'll be
They're
a one-loss team at that point.
But their only loss
is to Texas. Yeah.
I think they would. I don't know, because who else would it be? Would it be Tulane? Maybe
it could be. I want to see. You have to think about who's undefeated in the Sun Belt. Who's undefeated in?
Troy's an option.
Troy, yeah, it seems like that. I don't know. I think it's really tough for them with one loss, but I agree they'd probably be the best team.
All right, so looking at the Sun Belt, JMU can't play.
Right.
Troy's got 2 losses on the year.
Oh, they're done. Yeah.
It
would have to be.
It would only be Toledo, but they're DQ'd because they got their loss to India. Liberty's sitting at 4-0.
Yeah.
Maybe in the American, Tulane's got 1 loss.
I think you give the nod to Tulane because there's more steam behind Tulane, and they were ranked to start the season.
And people remember him from like the last couple years.
Yeah. Last couple years, just last year.
Actually,
much.
just really last year.
Let's go. Let's go. More games.
Sorry.
More
I was putting in
games.
something. I was putting in something. My bad.
I got a kid's soccer game.
Arizona,
More
Washington
games.
State. Washington State minus 7.5 at home. Over under 57.5 plus 245 on the money line for Arizona.
Nothing.
Thank you for yelling, Chase. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
ULM, Texas State minus 17.5. Over under 64.5 plus 640 on the money line for ULM. No, thank you.
ULM covers spreads, but I'm not playing this game.
Auburn, LSU minus 11.5. Over under 60 plus 320 on the money line for the Tigers of Auburn.
Cheering for the bomb.
Yeah, no, thank you. I want nothing to do with this. I saw that a lot of public money was coming in on Auburn for this one, probably just because they played Georgia fairly close.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas State, Texas Tech minus 1 at home. Over under 58 plus 101 on the money line for K-State. I just messed around. I took K-State money line. That's all I did.
Yeah, you got to take him on the bounce back spot, right?
Yep, that's what I did. Bounce back for K-State.
Nothing.
I hate the Lakers. It's hard to trust LSU with that defense laying a lot of points. That's fair. It's fair.
Yep.
Missouri, Kentucky minus 2.5 at home. Over under a 50.5 plus 115 on the money line for Missouri. Anybody?
Let's go, Mizzou.
I'm still salty about that loss last week, so I got nothing.
All I did is I got this number a little earlier. I got the under 53 in this game. I still kind of like the under at 50.5. I don't love a lot of points in this game.
Nothing.
Miami, Florida at North Carolina. UNC minus 2.5. Over under of 57 plus 128 on the money line for the Hurricanes. Erik.
I took Miami in the bounce back spot. Same thing happened in 2018 with a Cristobal coach team. They lost to
Stanford.
Bounce back, beat Cal 42-24 with a 13th ranked Washington team on deck. So this has rebounded. Look, I don't trust UNC's defense. There's been some totally stinkers in a game where they've played people that have moved the ball. I know Rattler's been good, but you can make a debate that Van Dyke is going to be the best quarterback that UNC has played. I think Miami's offensive line is going to be able to give Van Dyke time to pick apart the North Carolina back four. And I think Miami's D-line is going to be able to create some pressure. I took Miami here plus the 3.5, and I also took them on the money line too.
Chase, go ahead.
I think North Carolina might have an extra level of explosivity because of was it Tez Walker being added back to the team. You saw just what kind of offense they were able to put up last week against Syracuse. Think what you will about Syracuse. Miami got nipped in the look ahead spot. North Carolina handled business. I think North Carolina is the more focused team. I take them to cover the 2.5.
I dig it. USC at Notre Dame. Notre Dame minus 2.5 at home. Over under 60.5 plus 118 on the money line for USC. Chase.
I'm gonna just keep playing these really dumb gambling moves that but they're really fun to do. I'm same game parlaying this one again. I'm gonna take USC on the money line, and I'm taking the under. I'm tombstoning the fun out of this game. Under 60.5. I do think that Notre Dame has a defense. I think that they've got a pretty good defense. I also think that USC can easily outscore Notre Dame here. So I think USC wins, but I don't think it's just a crazy score fest.
Uncle Rico should have played the Georgia Tech money line last week, buddy.
Hey, you know what? I'll take the money line if it was at home. On the road, I didn't take it. I didn't do anything this game. My thought process is, which team do you trust? Like, literally,
I don't know if I trust either of them.
Do you trust? USC's defense bleeds production, but on the flip side, Notre Dame, I've been saying this for weeks, they have no athleticism at the wideout position. Absolutely none. Are they going to be able to create separation? And we've seen it. Elko started to play 9 people in the box against Notre Dame. Louisville did the same thing. Is Riley going to be smart enough to realize that and have his DC, or is DC going to be his DC going to be smart
Old
enough
Grinch?
to realize and do that? You look at Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams against quarter coverage, elite. But when you play the cover 1, cover 2, he does struggle. I think Notre Dame is one of the worst coach teams in the country. I don't like their coach at all. I have no idea what to do in this game, and I'm completely staying away.
I'm also just staying away. I didn't know what to do here. I will be tuning in. This game's going to be electric. NC State, Duke -3 at home, over under 42.5 plus 138 on the money line for NC State.
I got one.
Eric, lay it on him.
It's a non-dog.
I took NC State plus the points. Look, even if Leonard plays, he's going to be limited how he's going to be able to move with that leg injury. NC State, what are they known for defensively? Bringing pressure. Is he going to be able to extend the plays like he normally does? The basis of Duke's offense is to run the ball. NC State is one of the best teams in the country defending the run. I think Duke offensively is going to be very limited. Morris, look, he looked way better than Armstrong did at quarterback. I think that's an upgrade. I think NC State's going to be able to move the ball. I took NC State here plus the 3.
Oh, boy. UCLA at Oregon State. The Beavs are laying 3.5 at home, over under 53.5, plus 155 on the money line for UCLA. Nothing for me. No thank you.
Yeah, it's a
I'm be
pass,
rooting for Oregon State here hard, though.
for sure.
UAB at UTSA. The Roadrunners laying 9 at home, over under of 67.5, plus 280 on the money line. Shout that one black guy in chat.
Hey, how is the graphics department doing on Trent Dilford's wife?
It was a busy week, Eric. It was a busy week. The graphics department was busy with some other projects that were not related to this, but it's coming. It's
We
coming.
need to get you some unpaid interns, bro.
I know. I took UAB plus 9.5. I did it.
I kind of really like that move. Honestly, I don't think UTSA is very good. I think their defense is terrible. I like it. I didn't play it, but I do like it. I like it a lot.
Also, back to the USC Notre Dame. The weather will be shitty in South Bend.
Unders. Let's go unders.
Boise State, Colorado State. Boise State laying 8.5 on the road, over under of 61.5, plus 270 on the money line for the Rams. No, thank you. Eric.
Boise State coming off a win at San Jose State. Buy on deck. I'm betting Colorado State is going to be able to bounce back at home after that bad loss against Utah State. Boise State likes to run the ball. Colorado State is very good defending the run. Flip side, Boise State struggles defending the pass. Who in this Boise State back four is going to be able to guard Horton, who's elite? He's going to be playing at the next level. I think Colorado State's going to be able to move the ball in the air. And this Boise State team, it ain't your mom and dad's Boise State team. I'll take Colorado State plus the 8. I also got them at plus 250 on the money line.
Ah, damn it. You sold me. You sold me, Eric. I'm going to be on Colorado State, too. Last game, San Diego State traveling to the island of Hawaii. Hawaii, a 6-point dog at home, over under 52.5, plus 190 on the money line. Chase.
I'm staying true to my unders taker roots. You play my carry unders wood here, under 52.5 in this game.
I am just staying to my love of Hawaii roots and taking Hawaii plus 6 at home. I like taking this team on the island.
I like when we can both win.
Definitely. That'll do it for like the straight up picks. Anybody got some weird shit going on?
Well, I mean, I got my little money line.
Oh, I definitely have that too. What's yours, Eric?
Let me pull it up right now. 2-4 last week. Could have got Missouri home. Could have got Arizona State home, but we didn't. We got oh my god, who did I get home last week?
There were so many that were like just almost there for me, and I was so upset.
I got Louisville, and I got one other one home last week.
I only got Louisville.
I got Louisville and Wyoming home.
Yeah.
Today it is Oregon State, Pitt, Georgia State, Miami, NC State and Colorado State. I went with 5.
Mine, I also went with 5 today. Kept it loose, kept it tight. Loose and tight at the same time somehow. I'm on BYU, Army, Iowa, Iowa State, and Wyoming.
I like
for
it.
my round robin. And straight
I'm
up parlay,
putting-
it was like 1 to 300 or something like that.
I'm putting mine together, my round robin right now. 1, 2, 3. I've got 2 more games to add. Keep talking. I'll have it.
Okay, I'll just do it. I'll just give out my teaser. My
God.
my beautiful
I need to
teaser.
start having a bottle of Jack next to me when you start
Yeah, you
talking
do.
about me.
The XFL gym disgusting Uncle Rico heart
How did
attack
it-
inducing.
How did the
Teaser.
teaser go last week?
Oh my god, one fucking team lost it for me. I'm trying to remember which team lost it for me last week.
How'd it go for you, man?
One team lost it. I'm pretty sure it was Rice. Pretty sure Rice screwed me last week. But this
All
week,
right.
this week will be different. Go ahead, Chase.
All right, here we go. Our all dogs money line round robin 5 games. I'm taking USC plus 120, Oklahoma State plus 125, Illinois plus 400, BYU plus 180, and Charlotte plus 135. Gonna do it as a 2-teamer, which if I hit all of them, it's 81 to 1.
There you go. There you fucking go. For my teaser, give me Wake Forest plus 8. Give me Eastern Michigan minus 2. Tease them down to 2. I think that's a more comfortable number. That's the dangerous one. That's the dangerous one. I know.
That's oh my god.
And I'm teasing Washington State down to 1.5, minus 1.5. It's a
This is
plus.
why-
It's a gentleman's plus 180.
A gentleman's.
What'd you call it?
A gentleman's plus 180. Look at Eric's face. He's disappointed.
so-
He's
Distraught.
distraught.
Yeah, so how much stuff do you need? How many legs is this?
3.
Why not just do a 3-team parlay where you get 6 to 1?
Because then I don't get these awesome numbers, and I don't get to see the look on your face, Eric. This is mostly for you.
What? Write these down so I can give you a text. What was it? EMU minus 2, right?
Yep, Wake plus 8,
Yeah.
and then Washington State minus 1.5.
Oh god.
I think I've seen the stats that like the dogs usually like cover the regular spread anyway in a teaser, and the favorites like wouldn't cover anyway, or if they win they would have covered anyway.
Right.
I feel I need a segment on the show called "This Is Why I Drink."
It's just when I'm giving out teasers.
Yeah, I mean,
We
like
should-
other than that, it's great, but
I think we did a good job last week of explaining round robin things. We should also maybe do a segment on why you should never play teasers.
I think
Yeah,
we should-
It's because usually the team will just cover the number anyway. So you're
Yeah.
just better off if you're gonna tease it anyway. You're just better parlaying it.
Oh no, my thing was I don't want to step on Jim's toes because teasers seem to be his thing. So
I
that's
just
why I
like the
don't.
teasers because I'm just not a big fan of them. And I look at this is how I look at stuff. If you are betting sports and you need multiple things to go right, I want a big payout. I don't
Right.
want to shorten the payout.
That's why you just have to do more. I should have just done a 10-team teaser. That's how
like
you get the payouts.
That's like that trend on what is it? TikTok. Boy math.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So when I first started gambling, that's all I did was teasers because I was in my head. I was like an 18-year-old guy. I was like, you know what? These numbers are so much better. I'll never lose. I lost for like the entire season. All I did was bet teasers.
This is my round robin. It's Colorado State plus 225, Miami 150, Pitt 255, Oregon plus 138, and Georgia State minus the 115.
Good. All right, that'll do it for this episode of the College Football Tailgate Week 7 Pick Show. Anything you guys would like to sign off with?
Zip it up and zip it out.
There you go.
I like to sign off with this. if Michigan State fucking is so gonna fuck up this hire. That's all I'm gonna say.
Later, everybody.